You see, just like what happened to the Semites of the Jewish religion, they planned white genetic survival. Why? Because in Europe, the Semites of the Jewish religion were considered to be not white people. They were considered, the word Semite comes from the Latin prefix semi, which means half. Half what? Half black and half white. This was a population of people made on the northern tier of Africa of the combination of Greek and Roman soldiers and black women in Africa. So 2,000 years ago, when the mulattoes over there were made, then some of them went up in Europe with the definition that a Jew is anybody whose mother is a Jew. So that meant that the woman could have sex with any white man, hoping that the children will be lighter and lighter. We know about that, right? There are people that plan, well, if I have sex with a white man, then the child will be light and the child will have a better chance. That's the same thing that they were doing, trying to get blonde hair, blue-eyed people with more European-type features and straighter hair. But 2,000 years later, Adolf Hitler came along and said, wait a minute. You all are about to participate in causing us to have genetic annihilation. So we're going to kill you. We're going to kill 11 million of you. They succeeded in killing 6 million. I recommend for everybody, go to your video store and get a video of the Wannsee, W-A-N-N-S-E-E, Wannsee Conference. It's a German docudrama that describes the government sitting down and planning carefully how they were going to kill 11 million people. They succeeded in killing 6 because they were not considered to be white.
I don't believe that any nation, and especially the United States of America, introduced the virus into Africa. And I don't think our philosophy of government, our philosophy of morality, sustains the belief that our government or any person in this government is waging a war against minorities, and especially African Americans and native black people. I cannot believe that, and especially I cannot in any way even think or conceive of the notion that our great nation, which has imperfections, would do such a dastardly deed. I believe firmly that this germ, virus, is spread through sexual indiscretions, and I also believe that the nations of the world, aside from the United States, would not participate in a waging war of this type.
Is that right, Doctor? Well, in this regard, though, the public law signed by Richard Nixon on March 16, 1970, authorizes population stabilization. And as I understand it, there are two means of doing population stabilization, either mass increase in the death rate or mass decrease in the birth rate. We believe that we can show epidemiologically that there has been mass increase in the death rate, particularly as it relates to sub-Saharan Africa, as a direct result of U.S. policy. Public Law 91-213.
Well, that's a different situation.
Now, because somebody looks white to us does not mean that white people are thinking of them as white. I was just in New Orleans and talking to the people there because there was a lady in New Orleans, a black lady who was so light that she could pass for white. So she said, why should I be black? I'm going to go to the court and get my classification changed. And the court said, I'm sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to stay black. Why? Because if you are carrying even little bits of African genetic material, over time, all those little bits will begin to add up, and the population will experience white genetic annihilation. Are you with me? So I say that we need to get very sophisticated and understand what that dynamic was all about, and not waste our time attacking other people that the system says are not white. Because very interestingly, white supremacy dropped the atomic bomb on the Japanese, right? Second World War, Japanese-speaking non-white people. They reached the 1980s and 90s, and they have all kinds of anti-black literature and anti-Semite. The Semites of the Jewish religion lost 6 million. That was 1/3 of their total world population. They're busy yelling about Jesse Jackson and Farrakhan, having said nothing to the Nazis.
I want to say a couple of things, and I really don't want you all to miss me. But there's only one nigger on the planet. I really don't want you all to miss me. But there's only one nigger on the planet. I really don't want you all to miss me. And the only nigger on the planet is the white man and the white woman. I really don't want you all to miss me.
Come on, homie, we major. We major? Come on, homie, we major. We major? Come on, homie, we major. We major. Come on, homie, we major. We major.